Welcome back to the channel. Today we are at the Titleist Performance Centre at Woburn to show you what the new Titleist T-Series irons are all about. The time has come, yeah. Yeah. That was nice. It launched really nicely.
There's a common misconception that Titleist is just for the better golfer. That's not true. We don't just make products for tour players. We make the best performing products in the game for dedicated golfers. And dedicated just means you're into it. And you want to get better. And if you want to get better, having the best possible equipment is an important part of that.
It's a new T-Series irons, and I want to take you through some of the tech behind the models that we've got and what we've done to change the models and improve them and help the golfer this year.
Perfect.
We talked about 3D, our 3Ds, the 3D philosophy, which is about product design and about fitting. We talked about that with the last generation of irons. With this one, we're leaning into it even stronger, and we're still staying there. We believe this is truly how we help golfers play better. So 3Ds, what are they? First one of those, distance control. Most golfers think about distance. They don't necessarily think about distance control. We want you to be able to pick your number and hit that number more often. Yeah. We believe when golfers do that, they're going to score better, right? So first one for us is how often can you hit your number? Next one of the 3Ds is dispersion control. So obviously the tighter we can get you into the flag, we've got you the right distance, let's narrow that in. That's obviously going to leave you with more birdie putts. So that would be the second one. And the third one, which is really important, is the angle of descent. So I think this is overlooked by a lot of golfers, and again, chasing that distance. But we believe angle of descent is really forgiveness in an iron. If you can bring it down steep, you can get to any flag on the green. Yeah. And for us, that was imperative in terms of how we design these golf clubs and how we'll fit you for your golf clubs as well, is to make sure that we've got that golf ball coming down steep, we're able to stop it, and we can attack any flag on the green. I'm going to introduce you to them in two kind of chunks. First one will be T100 and 150. They're built on one kind of technology platform, and then 250 and 350 in the utilities on a second platform.
Perfect.
So T100 and T150. Here's a blow up of the tech that we've got in the head, but I've also got a little presenter box which is going to help us understand what's going on here. So here's a T150 head, but blown out.
Right.
So the first thing that we want to talk about here is the fact that we've got a dual cavity design. Normally when the cap is on the back of the head, you kind of wouldn't realize that or see it, but without it there, you can quite clearly see these two cavities. That's important for us to add forgiveness. And what we've actually done with the new one is we've made this top cavity a little bit deeper. It's going to move CG lower. It's going to help us give you a higher ball flight.
Okay. That was nice. But it launched really nicely. Yeah, I really like that. I can't say they were, those were my best strikes, but I loved what I saw regardless. Yeah. Everything's about the way it looks to me, and then that obviously does something psychologically that then affects how I then feel swinging through it. So I love the way it looks. It's not too dissimilar. Just the height of that is absolutely stunning.
The other thing that's a little unique on this one is our muscle channel that's in red. On our irons that you see in retail, that will be in white or a very light finish. The red here is just to call it out. We've had this previously on our 150 irons, from 7 iron up to the longest iron, which is a 3 iron. Yeah. We've introduced this on 100s this time around in the 3 iron and the 4 iron. Yeah. What that muscle channel does is it adds some ball speed, adds some consistency, but again, it saves weight that we're able to reposition lower in the head and increase launch view and get a lower CG. Then we have a variable face thickness design. So you can see this notch we've got at the back. The face will taper from there. What we're looking for there is ball consistency in terms of speeds. Right. When we talked earlier about that distance control, hitting the same, what we want is the ball coming off the face, no matter where you hit it, as consistent at a ball speed as we can get it. Okay. So we're looking at face design. How do we taper that to increase that consistency. We have a split mass design in terms of using tungsten in our products. We use a D18 tungsten, very dense.
Whoa.
Exactly.
My goodness.
So extremely heavy material.
The bicep curl with that.
This goes in the toe of the product and in the heel of the product.
Okay.
So we're the only company that use it in such way, in the toe and in the heel. And we use a brazing technique to put that into place. What that does is essentially adds to the MOI, adds to the forgiveness, the moment of inertia of a product. It effectively means less twisting when you miss the
More
middle.
balanced.
Exactly that.
I definitely need that for my little toey hooks.
It's around 88 grams as an average that we use in a T100 set, which is, getting on for a third of the head weight that we've got there. So a significant amount of material there to help give you the forgiveness.
Excellent.
The other change we've made is we've also got a new groove in this product. So the 7-iron down to wedge, slightly more aggressive groove versus where we were previously. I think more kind of a Vokey type groove.
Okay.
The idea of what a groove does is essentially just to remove the debris between the ball and the face when they make contact. The more that you can get the golf ball hitting the edge of the groove, the more spin you're going to get. Obviously, when you get into the rough, that becomes more problematic and there's more chance of getting debris between those two. So a slightly more aggressive groove, remove more of that debris from that strike location. It's going to give you more consistent and more retention of spin.
You quite happy with what you're saying?
Yeah, one more.
Yeah. I absolutely love that sound.
Just like so. Oh yeah, I've gone up a little bit though. That's NS Pro. You're an 850. That's a 950. So it's a little bit heavier.
Oh, interesting.
So from a stability perspective, you haven't lost any speed, but your start line has got loads better, and your flight's more controlled. So that's yours there, and you can see your front to back dispersion's a little bit bigger than we would want because of the way the spin rates come out. Sometimes you get like a low spin one.
Right.
It flies. So when we're looking at the 3Ds, and I mean, you've been over to TPI quite a few times, so you would have heard the guys talking about it quite a lot as well. From distance, yes, we want to gain distance if possible, but we want to minimize the jumps between your low one and your high one. So where you're going at 153, and then you can hit one over 145. It's quite a big jump. Now all we've done is a little bit extra weight, change the head, and your dispersion's much tighter. So when you come into this and you have a look at that, you can go up or down from where's your carry distance? 3.5 yards down to 2.
Yeah.
Carrying 147, everything's more consistent. I mean, your spin rate's a bit of a joke on that ball there. Probably 47. Fluctuates up or down, doesn't move. It means it's the same thing.
Right.
You got a little bit more height, but overall, pretty good. And then from a start line, your start line's way better. Everything's doing exactly what you want. You have one that went out to the right, which you tried to fade, but you see the spread there is a bit bigger. So just a lot tighter in dispersion. There's a lot that I like about it, and I don't really want to change too much when you've gained.
Feels really good. Honestly, it feels really nice. I wouldn't want to change anything myself.
I think that's pretty good.
It's our T250 and T350. So
there's no 200 anymore.
No 200. So 200 has kind of become 250. Again, this is a little bit longer in blade length. It's a completely new finish. So we've got a singular design now. It felt like a good time to give this product a new name. It's a big jump forward for us. Cool. So it felt appropriate to change it at this stage. This is the T250 head.
Oh wow, it looks really good.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's really nice.
Singular design. So it's finished off on the back. I mean, it looks like a big MB to me in terms of how it looks. That's got obviously aesthetic benefits. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's pure.
But also it helps with the sound and feel of the product as well to have that one kind of casing finish.
Yeah.
However, this is a hollow body design. So no change there to what we've had previously. We use tungsten in this head as well. Even more significant. You could definitely get your bicep girls going.
Yes. Get me going. Those. Here we are.
Cool. And this one actually goes, you can see engineers have done a phenomenal job to get it right into the
in.
The further you can split that mass, obviously the more MOI you're going to achieve by doing it. So
more balance.
More forgiveness, absolutely.
That's amazing.
So really cool design to put those in. With this product, we have a forged face design in both the 250 and the 350. Wow. It's an L cup face.
Okay.
This is technology we've learned kind of from our fairway wood design. Having that L cup face gives you better sensation for lower strikes in the face, and also again improves ball speed consistency. vital for us when we look at kind of achieving those consistent distances.
Yeah, it's a great looking iron, that, isn't it? I'm definitely going to have that wee shot of some of these, because you can't not.
The other piece of technology we've got here, which is really pivotal to us, is in the middle of the face.
Right.
And that's our max impact technology. This little circle that you can see at the back sits, it supports the face, and it improves ball consistency, or ball speed consistency, right across the whole face. You know, if there's one product that is likely to be in any golfer's golf bag, it's the 250. Whether that's, you know, some better players may choose it all the way through, they may choose it in long irons, and then we think, you know, your average dedicated golfer, this could be a great product for them as well. So
thank you so much for explaining that. It's very clear and helpful. And as I said, I'm itching to have a go. Come on.
Let's get you fit.
Thank you. Woo! Got some height.
So as you go into a 250 and a 350, the thing you should notice if strike is still the same is you will get higher flight in the 350 and the 250 than you would in a T100, because they're designed to do that.
Yeah, that is so high. It's a lot of fun though.
Launch land angle, sorry, 47 degrees.
So good, yeah.
Still coming down with plenty of stopping power. Obviously lost a little stronger, you'd expect spin to go down a touch, but peak height 93 feet, land angle 47, still very playable for you.
Yeah.
If you did want to play that one.
Definitely.
Which
Might take a set of these.
That's it.
That was just so cruisy, you know, I didn't have to force anything. You can just play a nice cruisy game.
Yes.
Just let the technology do all the hard work. So nice. Height, the way that's going to land, you can get to all sorts of Sunday pins. Yee-hoo.
Sure you don't want to back up set?
Yeah, maybe, right. I think that's the time has come, yeah. Yeah, wink, wink. That is so fun.
You look at that, see.
Great bit of tech.
Yeah, and
So many people struggle. Wow!
So it's like 20 feet and almost 20 feet higher than what you're currently doing at the minute. And to be honest, you've not really given up a whole load of yardage as a result. You know, 140, about 8 yards.
Gonna hit one more for fun.
But your land angle's up at 52 degrees there.
What we'd love to think is as you hit these different irons, that aren't for you, T100 dual spec, I do believe that.
Yeah.
But you've got a friend that this golf club's going to be right for, or the 350 is going to be right for.
This is an amazing bit of technology, an amazing bit of kit, and frankly, in this day that I'm living in, you know, I don't have time to practice my golf, so I need equipment that's going to help me as much as possible just to enjoy my golf, you know, and I really do think that there is many days where I probably wish I had these in the bag, where I do feel a bit stiff, a bit tired, and I can't be so physical with the game because I have a job, like most golfers, you know, committed to the game, dedicated to our love for golf. However, got to be realistic about what we're bringing to the table. This is an amazing bit of equipment that I think I'm gonna actually take a closer look at some of these. It's been so interesting, and I really appreciate you giving me your time today. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thanks, Iona.
Good to see you again, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is just a reminder of how important it is to go and get a fitting, go and speak to some experts who understand how you can get the most out of your game using the technology that's available now. This new range of T-Series irons, really exciting technology.